Mr. Doug Dominick is the Caddo Commission president. Hey, Mr. Doug, welcome back to KEEL. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How you doing?
Well, I guess it was a federal judge that said, you tell us what the federal judge said, and is it good or bad news from where you stand?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about it. It just, I got an email from our parish attorney late yesterday afternoon regarding the decision, and also, I read the Shreveport Times. I haven't had a chance to sit down and speak to our administrator or our parish attorney, but obviously it's my understanding that the motion for summary judgment was upheld, and that was a vote in favor of the Caddo Parish Commission. But again, I was one, along with several other commissioners, that did not have the monument removed.
Now, we are talking, of course, about the removal or possible removal, rather, of the Confederate monument. We spoke with Lyndon Johnson in the last hour, and I asked him this very same question. From what you can discern so far from the court ruling, from the federal court ruling, does this, in fact, give the Caddo Commission 100% control aegis of the Confederate monument in your mind?
I don't think that, and this is just my opinion, I don't think that's entirely true just yet. This thing has still got to go through the legal processes. I have told commissioners before that, this is just another step. It's my understanding from reading the Shreveport Times that the Daughters of Confederacy will file an appeal, and we're just going to have to kind of let the processes, the legal processes, go forward and see what happens as the legal process goes forward. I'm assuming that they will make an appeal.
Well, Doug, you're a legal brainiac, so this fight is over control of the land, not the monument, right?
That is my understanding and interpretation. It is the issue concerning the real estate, the immovable property.
How close are we to an end if you're a betting man?
I would bet real well. I would make that bet. How's that? I'm just not sure.
In speaking with Mr. Johnson last hour, and I had said, and I'll ask you sort of the same two-part question. Number one, I said, are there any behind-the-scene conversations going on with the Daughters of the Confederacy, about doing a deal? He said no. And I said, would you be willing to compromise? And basically what he said was, well, yeah, if they reach out to us. Where do you stand on that? Would you be willing, as the Caddo Commission president, what is your position on compromise? What would it take? And would you be willing to take the first step?
Well, yeah. I don't know. That's a difficult question to answer because, again, I was one that is kind of on the daughter's side, did not want the monument removed. I don't think there's, going to be any ultimate compromise unless the daughters, decided to say, oh, yeah, we're fixing to move it because the commission body has voted to remove it, and I don't think they want it removed.
And in fact, pardon me, it is, and even Lyndon said this last hour, the Daughters of the Confederacy are the owners of the statue, so they have final say where it gets moved to? That's my understanding, that they own the statute, and this fight is not over the statute. And I think ultimately, if the court case came to the point to where the parish commission did win, then I'm sure that there would be a lot of say-so by the daughters if they wanted to move it and where they wanted to move it to.
Let me ask you this, Doug. Would it be kind of like an eviction? Once this is settled and you own the land, would you have to give them X amount of time to get off your property? Would that be kind of how this would be handled, I guess?
I wouldn't want to speak in legal terms because I'm not the lawyer representing the parish, but that is my understanding. Any due processes, if the parish did win, we would have to, I'm sure, give the daughters due notice to remove the statute. And to be honest with you, I'm just, my opinion is that it's going to cost a lot. The daughters are not going to have the money to remove the statute, and that's going to be the big issue. It is going to cost a fair amount of money to remove the statue. If you ask me how much, I'm just not sure. We haven't got any bids. I think our parish attorneys and facilities and maintenance have talked to people, individuals trying to get an estimate on that, but it's been some years ago, and I can't even remember what it was, but it very well could be, fairly substantial.
When we talked with Lyndon last hour, I know I keep referring to that conversation, but it spawns a lot of questions. When we talked to Mr. Lyndon last hour, he had said, in his opinion, he, for one, does not want to see the statue destroyed, but rather moved. Do you, having fought these battles both in public and behind the scenes, do you sense there might be some members of the commission who would be perfectly fine with having the statue destroyed?
I have not heard that at all. I have not heard any commissioner, even the commissioners that voted to, ask that it be removed. That's what they asked for it to be removed. I do not remember any commissioners saying, "Oh, we just need to take a bulldozer or something to that effect and tear it down." The commission, in fact, those commission body members who have said that they have consistently said it, in their opinion, not my opinion, their opinion that it belongs in another place, a cemetery or state museum, or I know the Norton Art Gallery has been talked about a place where it possibly may be moved, but I have not heard anyone say that we're just going to tear the thing down.